Hi, you guys. I am back. I don't know how long this video or whatever is gonna be, so I apologize if it's too short or if it's too long for you, because I never know how long these are gonna be. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll talk about something, and then right when I'm about to end it, somebody will join, and then we'll end up having a conversation, and then this ends up being like a 30-minute video. So I apologize for that. I just do this because it's easier versus like making a video and then editing it and then uploading it. I just do it because it's simpler, and if I want to tell you guys something, it's faster to get it out versus like making a whole video. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, I wanted to talk to you guys about this thing that's been happening to me for quite some time now, and I'm not quite sure why it keeps happening. Is it a sign that you know it's going to happen to me soon, or I don't know what it means. I don't get it. So I don't even know like when this started. I don't know, I don't remember, but I started to get these dreams where I'm pregnant. And anyone who knows me personally knows that I'm not very sexually active. You know what I mean? Like, I don't open my legs up to every single guy. You know what I'm saying? You have to be my boyfriend, and I literally mean my boyfriend. Not tell me you love me just to fuck me. You legit have to be my boyfriend, because I've dated assholes that were like that just only wanted me for my body. So I'm very like picky and strict on who I let in my life. So I started having these dreams where I'm pregnant, and I don't know why, because obviously I'm not pregnant. And I think this started for me when my whole period schedule changed, because I have a weird condition. It's not a weird condition because there's lots of girls that have it, but I have irregular periods. So I'll get my period to be regular, and then all of a sudden it'll change. And then the thing about having irregular periods is that when you miss your period and then it comes like a week later, even 2 weeks later, you have more. This is gonna be TMI, and I'm so sorry. You have more buildup of like blood and stuff. So when you finally do get your period, it's more painful because it's pushing out extra stuff, and it is the worst. How irregular? I honestly don't know. I used to get my period at the end of the month, and then it stopped, and I started getting it in the beginning of the month, and then this month my period came like 12 days late. So it was like the middle of the month. Not even the middle of the month. It wasn't the end of the month, but it wasn't the middle of the month. It was like the 20th, I think, when I got it. And I was supposed to get it like the 5th. It was weird. And the thing is, one thing that I learned from my mom, and I've actually heard this a lot, is like, don't stress about it, because stress makes you miss your period even more. But the thing is, when I miss my period, it stresses me out. Not because I could potentially be pregnant, because I know it's not a possibility. I don't get dick a lot, so, but it freaks me out because you can miss your period for other reasons besides being pregnant. You know what I'm saying? And like my best friend, she actually used to be she used to actually be really regular, and then she became like really irregular, and it went like a year without it, and went to the doctor and found out that she has polycystic ovarian syndrome. And it freaks me out, because it's like, why am I irregular all of a sudden? You know what I'm saying? And I don't feel sick. Like, I don't feel anything going wrong down there. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? There's no pain. There's nothing. So it's like, why am I irregular? So that stresses me out, because it's like, polycystic ovarian syndrome. I don't even know how to explain it, because I don't personally have it. So I really don't, like, personally, like, I don't know what it is. I just know, like, with my best friend, she has cysts in her uterus, and sometimes they rupture, which causes her a lot of pain. Basically, I don't know how this, like, it gives women like more testosterone or something, and so like it messes up. That's why women who have it have like facial hair, like a lot of it, because they have more testosterone. And so that's why, like, she was very irregular. She has to take birth control for her period. I really hope she doesn't get mad at me for like putting out her information, because I really didn't want to do that, but like I don't know how to explain it. I don't have it myself, and I only know from what she went through. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm sure every girl goes through it differently. I've actually seen like different cases like on YouTube of girls who have it, but like, personally, I only know what she went through. You know what I'm saying? Like I watched her go through it, so that's, you know, but it freaks me out whenever I miss my period, because it's like, why? You know what I'm saying? And I don't know why this happens, but it happens. I get these dreams like where I'm pregnant, and I don't know why. Is it a sign? Like, am I getting pregnant soon? Are you worried for her? Yes and no. I am worried for her because, that type of stuff is scary. And, like, in the near future, if she wants to have kids, like, you don't really know if you can have kids, So, yeah, I am worried for her. But then at the same time, she's a very strong person. And I know that she can handle it. She's very strong. I mean, she's went through a lot with this. You have to get so many different tests done down there, and different ultrasounds and probes and stuff. So she's a very strong, you know what I'm saying? She's strong. Them German people, they're strong. They're strong people. Or yeah, but the thing with adoption is that it's not the same. Like I get it, you know what I'm saying? And I wouldn't mind adopting a child either, because, I would love to help a child that doesn't have a home, but it's not the same as, delivering your own baby. You know what I'm saying? It looks like you, that has your blood. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, it's not the same. But anyway, she's young, so I'm not going to talk about her having kids, because that's not really my, place to talk about that. That's her body, that's her, you know what I'm saying? That's up to her and whoever she marries, That's not up to me. I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh yeah, no, that's not my place. So anyway, I don't know why I started getting these dreams where I'm pregnant. And I can't figure out why. I always wake up in the morning and I'm like, why is this happening? You know what I'm saying? And these are like full on like dreams where I have a baby bump, and my mom makes me take pregnancy tests, and they all come out positive, and I'm freaking out, and and it's like it's weird, because it's like, when I'm in my dream, I don't know if this is what women feel like when they are actually pregnant, but like in my dreams, I'm excited and scared at the same time. Yes, a baby bump. Please tell me you know what a baby bump is. Please tell me you know what that is. If you don't know what that is, I swear to God. Um, okay, good. Because it was going to be awkward to like explain it, But and I can't figure out why I keep getting these dreams. And they happen a lot. It's very randomly, but it happens a lot, And especially like if I go through a period where I'm irregular and I miss my period, I start getting these dreams, and it freaks me the fuck out. I literally wake up and I grab my stomach, it freaks me out. You have friends who are pregnant? That's cool. Um, so I don't know. I've been trying to figure out. Oh, that's so cool. I've been just trying to figure out like why this keeps happening. Also, I just want to like apologize in advance. I'm on caffeine right now, so that's why I can't sit still. And I put my ADHD medicine in here because I don't know. Because I don't eat breakfast, so if I were to take it on an empty stomach, like it would really make me sick. And I just didn't feel like it, so I put it in my coffee because, why not? And for some reason, I keep, that's why I have a spoon in here so I can scoop it in my mouth once it comes time. But yeah, I don't know why I keep getting these dreams, and it doesn't like freak me out because, if I, yeah, and honestly, like I don't drink a lot of coffee anymore. So I don't know if it's like my body freaking out because I don't drink coffee a lot. Like, I mean, I do at my dad's house, but like, I don't know. Too much coffee in the pot, and that's why my body's all shaky, but I don't know. But yeah, it freaks me out. But like honestly, if it were to happen, I would be scared and excited at the same time, and I would do whatever it takes. Maybe you are used to it. They say people who have ADHD and stuff, like coffee doesn't really affect them, but like for me personally, in a way it does. It doesn't like affect me fully, like, but in a way it kind of does. Actually, earlier it was weird. I was drinking coffee and like I was awake, but for some reason I was yawning. I'm like, why am I yawning? Like, am I not drinking enough, or why is it like? But yeah, so I was gonna go live earlier, but my dad ended up coming over. He wanted to help me walk the dogs, and I felt so bad because Todd, he's a rescue dog. For anyone that doesn't know, Todd is my rescue, and Todd is a little different. And I'm not trying to say like, oh yeah, because he's a rescue, he's different. But when you are born in a shelter, in an orphanage, and then you go and you move into someone's house that you don't know, and then they give you up, and then you move into someone else's house, you're gonna act different. You know what I'm saying? If my parents gave me up and I lived with someone else, like, you're gonna act different. So, Todd, like, he's a good dog. He's such a good dog, and he's actually changed a lot since we first got him. He's more well behaved now. He's a good boy. But when it comes to taking him for walks, it's a little bit tricky because Todd is a hunter dog and he loves being outside. I mean, we could be homeless and he would love it. He loves to be outside. And he gets really excited when he sees me pulling out his leash and his harness. So excited that he forgets that he's a tree walker coonhound and he starts jumping on me. And we're about the same size, like height wise. So when he stands on me, he starts pushing me a little bit. I'm like, Todd, stop, wait, and I get that he's excited. And it's so cute. It's honestly adorable. He gets so excited. And so I was telling my dad that in order to walk Todd, we have to use a harness because, big dogs pull. Now, I used to live with a Great Dane, and he was the best person to walk with. He's the best walker ever. Now, he did have a choke collar, but he wasn't a puller. So it wasn't like it was hurting him. Now, obviously, in the beginning, we had to train him with the choke collar so he would learn not to pull. And I was gonna do that with Todd, but my mom didn't want to do that because he's a rescue dog, and we don't know what abuse he went through and all that, and we just didn't want to like bring back, some dogs have PTSD, and that's kind of why I'm here watching him while she's gone because we are actually afraid to kennel him because we don't want him to think that he's being put up again or being sent back to the shelter or the orphanage again. So that's why we hire babysitters to watch him, or if or my mom will have me watch him because it's just easier that way. And a lot of people forget that rescue dogs aren't going to act like a regular dog that was born and raised in the house. When we first got Todd, there were so many people that made comments about him, and honestly, it was kind of like, like, are you dumb? Like I had people who knew me personally making comments about Todd. Like, I don't know, you guys should give him up. He barks too much. And like our neighbors at first did not like him. I mean, these guys liked him. I don't know if my other neighbors liked him. They claimed to like him, but I don't know. Because Todd would go into their backyard. We had a broken fence. And Todd managed to like go through it. And we had a broken gate down by the lake. And Todd would go through it and go into the yard. And I would have to go get him. And so eventually we fixed the fence. But the thing about Todd is he's also a runaway. So if I were to leave the front door open, he would dash out and it would be a wild chase. And unfortunately, um, I don't know if my mom's car is here or not, but um, we have to drive to get him because he would get in the car, but if I'm chasing him, he won't come to me. So, he's different. And a lot of people, I guess, forget that he's a rescue and they make all these comments. And it's like, well, what do you expect? You expect him to act normal after all the shit that he's been through? Like, he's only 4 years old. Like, my mom, no, she's not here. She's visiting her boyfriend in Santa Barbara. Oh, fuck. That fucking hurt. But, so, I just scraped my toe. My poor toe. I'll make sure everything's okay. But yeah. So, I don't know. It was kind of annoying. Like, and a lot of people make the same comments about my cousin because I have a cousin that's almost 7, and when he was born, he was put straight into foster care because his parents couldn't take care of him. And so a lot of people make comments about how he acts, and I honestly, like, one thing that really irritates me is people who have these perfect lives and then they make comments about people acting different whose lives aren't perfect. Like, I don't think you have the room to make a comment about that when you don't even know what the person or the animal is going through. You know what I'm saying? And I'm speaking about that because, my life wasn't perfect. I went through a divorce with my parents when I was 10. And a lot of people, will see me like fight my mom, and they're like, "How can you talk to your mom like that?" And I'm like, "Look, I'm not going to get into it on this video, but it's the same thing. You can't make comments about a situation that you're not familiar with. You know what I'm saying? It just doesn't, I don't think you have the right or the room to make a comment about that because you don't understand it, you don't get it. And that was the hardest thing about having Todd, is because people would come over and like just talk about him, like, oh my god, like he's so bad, he doesn't behave right, like I don't know why you guys like adopted him. And it's like you have to, it takes time. You know what I'm saying? If you were to adopt a kid, they're not gonna come home and automatically just act like the perfect. No, they have to get used to you. They have to get used to your home. You know what I'm saying? It's not that easy, especially when you're young. But people don't get it, and it's cool. And it's funny because some of the people that were making comments about my dogs have dogs that are worse than Todd, that bite people. That's why I think it's so funny. I'm like, really? Talking about Todd when your dog bites people? Okay, that's cool. But Todd is doing much better, and I'm super proud of him. He's changed. It took time, but you know what? It is totally worth it. And actually, when we first got him, my cousin and my aunt, they have a small little Pomeranian that has anxiety issues. And Todd also has anxiety issues. And I have anxiety myself, so that's why I'm saying I recognize anxiety. And so we would give him these little hemp chews, and it would help him sleep at night. And now he doesn't need them. So it makes me really happy, that means that this is his home, and he realizes that, you know what I'm saying? And people might think I'm crazy, but I talk to my dogs, you know what I'm saying? I talk to them. I let Todd know, this is your forever home. We're not giving you up, Because I can only imagine what it must feel like to be a part of a family who you thought loved you, then they give you up, Like, I can only imagine, man. That must hurt. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've gone through really bad breakups where I'm just a wreck for like days. Imagine your whole family giving you up. Like, it's sad, you know? Oh my god. Oh yeah, fun fact about me, I can't burp. So if you see me in videos, I'm like, it's because I have acid reflux because I can't burp. So I mean, I get air bubbles and stuff, but they don't come out like like, you know what I'm saying? They just like they pop when they're right here. So it's weird. So it's weird. I don't know. But yeah, I love my dogs. I mean, I wouldn't trade my dogs for the world. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? I don't care if they act different. They act different for a reason. So yeah, that happened with, my whole pregnancy dreams. I don't know why that keeps happening, but you know, let me just tell you what happened today, y'all. So, I started going on Omegle again, and I'm gonna have to limit myself because it's very addicting, and I don't want to go back to the life that I had when I was 15. So, I don't know. I don't want to be addicted to it anymore, you know? So, I went on these past couple days just because I'm here by myself, so it's nothing to do. It's nice to have people to talk to. I'm not going on to do cam sex with people. I'm just going on to talk to people. I'm bored. I don't have a group of friends. I have like one best friend, and then I'm friends with her friends, but like we don't talk unless she's hanging out with them, and then they come over here, and then I'm like, oh hey, like when we have parties at the house, it's all her friends. I don't have friends. You know what I'm saying? Like it sucks. Um, but so that's why I go on Omegle, because it's easy to make friends. That's why I use Omegle and Periscope and everything, because it's easier that way. So I went on Omegle this morning because I was bored as fuck. I'm like, why not? And I ran into this guy, and for those of you that don't know what Omegle or Omegle, I think it's pronounced, I'm not even sure. If you don't know what it is, it's a website where it randomly connects you to random strangers around the world. So this is like random, you know what I'm saying? There's no way this person could know me, and even if he does know me, how would he know that I was on Omegle at that time? You know what I'm saying? I know that's kind of why I don't use it I don't use it a lot anymore. So I went on, and I have my interest like set so that way I can only get Indian people and like Pakistani people, so Hindi, Urdu, India, Indian, Punjab, Pakistan, Pakistani, Urdu, all that, So I went on Omegle, and I ran into this guy, and we started talking, and he goes, I'm a psychic. Can I tell you something about yourself? And, I don't really believe in like, you know, psychics and fortune tellers and all that shit. So I'm like, yeah, sure, go ahead. And he starts telling me stuff that was quite not disturbing, but it was like, what the fuck? How do you know? You know what I'm saying? He starts telling me like, oh, do you have anxiety problems? And I'm like, because I have really bad anxiety issues. And he's like, and when it comes to dating, do you have trust issues? And I'm like, what the fuck? And he's like, he starts asking me all these questions, like some random guy on Omegle. And it was just crazy. I'm like, what the heck? It was like the things that he was saying. Like a psychic, that's what I'm saying. Oh my god, you guys, I don't feel good. No, because I don't burp, what happens is I get really bad, like, I say it's acid reflux, because that's what it feels like. I mean, legitimately, it's stuff that's coming back up. Like, not, it's like bile, and air. And because I can't burp, like, it feels so weird. That's kind of why, like, if you see me talking in some of my videos and I start going like that, it's because I'm trying to, like, I can't burp, so I'm trying to do whatever I can to get the air to come out. And you probably can't hear it, but my throat is gurgling right now. Like, I can literally hear it going up and down. It's so disturbing, and it, like, makes me nauseous. Like, just feeling it going up and down is weird. It's the weirdest feeling. I can't tell if it's my medicine. That is not normal. Yeah, I'm fully aware it's not normal. I actually Googled it because I wanted to see if, I was the only one that had this problem, And there's actually many reasons. Can you do me a favor? What the fuck? Why do people always ask me this type of shit when I'm recording, bro? And there's actually many reasons why a person can't burp. It could be a gastrointestinal problem, or I didn't even know this. Shit, that scared me. There's a flap in your throat. You know how when you go to a restaurant and there's those doors that flap like this into the kitchen? Well, there's a flap in your throat, and when you eat food, it goes down to let the food go down, and then when you burp, it goes up so that the air can come up. And what could happen is the flap can only go down and not maybe go up, like a saloon, exactly. So I could have problems with my flap, which is probably why it comes up, and then makes me do that weird gagging thing because it, like, pops in my throat. That could be it. Legitimately, it's the weirdest feeling ever. And it makes me want to cough, but I already know if I cough, like, I'm scared to cough, so I'm not gonna cough. But it's so weird hearing it, and for the longest time, I thought it was normal. I don't know. See, nothing, but I can feel it. Oh my god, bro. This is not good. My mom doesn't have Tums up in here because she doesn't use that shit. It's so annoying. I swear to God. Like my mom never gets acid reflux. But what's really annoying about not being able to burp is that I get bloated so much because I don't have a way for air to come up. The only way the air can come out of me is if I fart, So I get so bloated. It's annoying. Oh my god. Y'all don't even know. It's like, I mean, like, ooh, that does not smell good. That's definitely not bile. I don't know. Maybe it is burping. Maybe I just don't have the capability of doing big burps, but I don't know. Like, when you guys burp, can you hear it, like, in your body before it happens? Like, legitimately, my throat is gurgling. I can hear it. So I don't know, but it's not a good feeling. And it low-key makes me nauseous for some reason. Like every time it happens, I get like a little bit nauseous. But yeah, I'll be fine. It goes away eventually, but it's like maybe I do have medicine in my system actually. Maybe that's a good thing. I've noticed that when I'm on my medication, it happens a lot. But I don't know. Oh my god, what the fuck? Like it feels weird because it feels like you guys can hear it, but I know you can't hear it. It's like it's actually one of my biggest insecurities. Like because I was talking to someone on the phone, like on Skype, and my throat just started gurgling really loud. I'm like, oh my god, like I hope he can't hear this. Can you go? This fucking bug keeps flying around. Okay. That was a big gas bubble. Get a burp again? I mean, not a burp, but you know. Yeah, so I Googled it because I'm like, what the fuck is this, you know? And honestly, and I know, you know, it's not good to Google everything because Google can be scary, bro. Like, you could Google, you know, my cut won't stop bleeding. Next thing you know, it says you have blood cancer. Like, you know, so I usually don't. And I'm the daughter of a nurse, so a lot of the times, you know, I don't Google stuff. I ask my mom because, you know, who better to know than a nurse that deals with it on a day-to-day basis, you know? So I always ask my mom, but my mom wasn't really sure why I can't burp because when I was a baby, you know, they were able to burp me. So I don't know, maybe I don't know. I don't know. So I googled my throat is gurgling. You'd be surprised. Oh. Yeah, okay, so yeah, so I think I'm not gonna diagnose myself. I'm actually gonna ask my doctor one of these days about it. But there's actually a thing called GERD. Hold on. Which is what I was saying, where you're, well, not what I was saying, because there's two. There's one where your flap in your throat doesn't move properly, and then there's another one where your stomach, there's like this thing that's supposed to close, like when you're done eating, to keep the bile and stuff in your stomach. And what happens is it malfunctions, so it can't close. So then the bile comes up. And legit, what I was literally describing is what this person is writing in their blog. Literally, you feel bubbles coming up and popping right here. Legit. Oh, that felt good. I'm about to lie to y'all. I felt that pop. Yep. My burps, when I do burp, this is, you know what, I'm going to say this because this is what I'm dealing with. Sound like hiccups. So I can never tell if it's an actual burp or not. I mean, I can tell because, you know, obviously hiccups are like hiccup and then it happens again. Hiccup and, you know, but I'm lucky it doesn't happen to me when I sleep. I actually had it happen to me once when I was sleeping, and it was kind of freaky because I didn't know what it was at first. And then when I realized what it was, I'm like, okay, you know. GERD. I'm gonna remember that. I'm gonna show this to my mom. It's gastroesophageal reflux disease. Only thing is I can't burp, so I don't get any. This person's talking about how, you know, they make themselves burp. I can't do that. I'm actually like scared to make myself burp. I feel like I'm gonna throw up if I do. But there's many different, you know what I'm saying? There's many different causes for it. So I'm not really sure what mine is. But, you know, the reason why I haven't gone to a doctor about it is because it's not like it's affecting my day-to-day life, you know what I'm saying? I mean, so, you know. I have to finish this cup. I have to. So, actually, what I just learned is that sometimes if you drink too much caffeine, it can give you acid reflux. So, oh my god, I feel like I'm gonna. So, I thought I was gonna, so now that I know that, I probably won't drink as much coffee anymore, which sucks because that's how that's how everybody wakes up, but, So, one more thing I'm gonna address before I end this video, and, go to the restroom and, just do what everyone else does in the morning, brush their teeth, all that fun stuff. Um, so I got to talk to Musa today. My God, motherfucker. Can't you fucking wait? My God, bro. I swear to God, this motherfucker. Okay, so this is gonna pause for a second because this person wants me to send him a screenshot of his WhatsApp. So I'm sorry. I got to talk to Musa. I'm back. I got to talk to Musa earlier, and I'm honestly really confused about our relationship because he tells me like, oh, I don't want you to like, think about me a lot. I don't want you to fall in love with me. But then he does like stupid, flirty shit. I mean, it's not stupid. I just say it's stupid because it's like, why would you tell me to not fall in love with you? And then you do, the stuff that you do, knowing that I like you, knowing that I have a crush on you. It's like, you know? So like this morning, I don't even know why I'm saying this morning. It was like a couple hours ago, I think. So yeah, this morning, I was actually on Omegle when he called because I was bored and I don't like to disturb him. He owns a shop, so he's always busy. So we don't, I was gonna say we don't talk a lot, but we do. We make it work. Unlike other people who own fashion companies, they can't even make that work. But I don't know. Anyway. So, we were talking, and I was on Omegle, so he was like, what are you doing? I'm like, oh, I'm on Omegle talking to some random guy. And he's like, what the fuck? I hate that website. There's too many horny people and horny girls on there. I'm like, yeah, I know. And so anyway, we're talking, and he told me what happened earlier. Some girl like winked at him while she was driving, because he smokes cigarettes, so he takes smoke breaks, and it's his shop, so he's the boss. He can do what the fuck he wants. Like when he calls me, oh my God, it's so cute. He sits on the counters and stuff. Like he's so cute. So we're talking, and then his friend comes in, and he's telling his friend what happened with the girl in Punjabi. And then he starts singing a song. It's been a long day without you, my friend. And then he goes and plays the song on the speakers because, it's a shop. So, you know how, like, pizza shops have, like, speakers. So he played that song in his shop. And then he comes back and he's folding boxes for pizza because his shop, like, they have pizza, they have fish and chips, they have, like, everything. So he's folding boxes for the pizzas. And he's looking at me and he's folding the boxes and he's talking to his friends in Punjabi. And then he starts singing it and whistling it. And he gets up, and as he gets up to walk away, he goes like this and gives me the heart symbol. And I'm like, what the fuck is that? You don't want me to fall in love with you, but you just did this. What is this? Like, do friends do this? I don't know. But I just, like, I literally had to, like, try not to blush because it's like, he is so fine. I mean, he is fine. Anyway, you guys, I'm going to talk more about this situation later. I'm not really feeling well, and I need to use the restroom. So I'm going to go and go use the restroom. And I actually have to take some clothes out from Mexico, which I haven't even done yet. So I'm going to do that and let my acid reflux, do what it has to do. And then, yeah.